Hello children, how are you all? Hope you are all safe and fine at home. After 3 months vacation, we are going to meet again. Not like usual platform, it's a new way, that is through the online classes. So, I am Shamira Miss, hope you all know me, and I am taking English for you for class 8, and we are having two textbooks, that is one is Honeydew and the other one is It So Happened. It's a supplementary reader. From Honeydew, I am going to take poem today. Okay, so I hope all of you have got the textbook with you, and the covering is inside pages like this, Honeydew, and this is the poem. Okay, before starting the poem, let me ask you some questions. Have you heard about Aesop's fable? Are you familiar with Aesop's fable? Yes? Okay. So, if not, I will tell you one example. Have you heard the story of Hare and Tortoise? Have you? Okay. So, what is the moral you got from that story? Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So, like that, this poem is also depicted from Aesop's fable. Okay. Before that, have you heard about cricket? Not a game, okay, with 11 players and all. It's not a game. It is an insect. Okay. Grasshopper. Have you heard about grasshopper? Okay. So, this poem is about the ant and the grasshopper. Okay. So, the title is, it's a poem. I hope you are familiar with cricket. It is an insect which used to make in the night time creaky sound. Now you remember, isn't it? Yeah, that's what. That is cricket. Okay. So, the ant and the cricket, both are insects, isn't it? So, what is they have to do with this poem? Okay. What is the connection between both in this poem? That we will know through this poem. Understood? And this is depicted from, as I told you, from Aesop's fable. So, it will be having a moral. Okay. So, all of you take your textbook. I hope all have textbook. Page number 21. Take your textbook, page number 21. And you can see the ant and the cricket title. And you can see, if you are not again familiar with cricket, you can see here cricket here. The picture you can see. So, let's start. Let's move to the poem. I will read a poem once. What you want to do is, take a pencil with you and underline the difficult words you are coming across while I am reading. Afterwards, I will give you in detail the meanings. Okay, let's move on. So, as introduction, here the poet is telling about fable. What is a fable and all? It's a story. Okay, so as I told you, it's a story about ant and the cricket. And also he is telling in the introduction that the connection between four-legged cricket and two-legged one. Four-legged cricket, how many legs does cricket have? 4, isn't it? And two-legged one, who is two-legged cricket? That we will know through this poem. At the end of the poem, you will be understanding that who is that two-legged cricket. So curious, isn't it? So let's move to the poem. I will read the poem once. Just listen and keep your finger or with your pencil, just go through the poem. Okay. First answer. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says a cricket of bee. At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant, to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Says an ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. My heart was so light that sang day and night. For all nature looked gay, you sang seriously. Go then, say the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the doors turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable. I will warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So as I told you, it is from Aesop's fable. Did you understand anything? Nothing, isn't it? So no problem. I will go into the poem in detail. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing. A silly young cricket means an ordinary cricket, accustomed. Accustomed meaning used to. Accustomed. Used to is one meaning, habit is another meaning. So accustomed meaning used to or a habit. So what is a habit of cricket? Just to sing. It knows only to sing. That's what I told you in the introduction. What sound it used to make? Yeah, that peculiar cree sound. That is what singing here, what is comparing. Through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring. So when he is singing in the summer season and spring season, gay means bright. Okay, so summer means it will be a bright sky. Gay meaning bright. Okay. So, through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring. So, when the cricket was singing during the summer season, it was so bright, so it was enjoying the nature. Began to complain when he found that at home. So, after singing competition and all, he returned back to home. When he returned home, what he could see, he was complaining himself. Why he was complaining? You know, his cupboard was empty. His cupboard means almirah. Where you keep your things and all? In the almirah. So, his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Winter already approached. So, nothing to do. When winter approached, what will happen? We cannot go outside, isn't it? So, here the cricket was so trapped that it cannot go outside in search of food and it cannot eat for next 3 months. Which are the months coming under winter season, you know? Which season? Winter season? Which months? November, December, January. So, hopefully it may be November month. So, cricket cannot go outside for next 3 months. So, what a condition, isn't it? So, next 4 lines we can see. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a crumb, C-R-U-M-B. Crumb meaning bread pieces, that is food particle. Crumb, C-R-U-M-B, meaning bread pieces. Okay, crumb meaning bread pieces, food particle. So, he need to eat something, he doesn't have anything. So, why it is not there? It is all covered with snow. Not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Nothing he could see, only he could see the branches. Why you know? Before winter, which season ends? Autumn season. Autumn season means what? Fall season. So, fall season means all the leaves will be shedding and only you can see what? Branches only. So, that is also covered with snow. So, no leaves he could see. He cannot eat a leaf or he cannot hide under a leaf or anything. So, he was so sad about that. Oh, what will become? Says a cricket of me. What will happen to me? Next 3 months, I will be starving of, I will be dying of starving. At last by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. Away he set off to miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant. So, in the next stanza, through the cricket, the poet is telling that at last by starvation. Starvation means hunger. Starvation, S-T-A-R-V-A-T-I-O-N. Starvation means hunger. Can you sit by hungry stomach and all? Can you sit? No. Whenever you are in the class also, when it is 12:30, you cannot sit in the class, isn't it? You will be eager to eat your lunch and all. Likewise, here the cricket also is not able to, be thinking about next 3 months what he will do, he was not able to withstand. At last by starvation and famine. Famine means poverty. It's F-A-M-I-N-E, famine. Famine means poverty. So, he know very well that he is not going to get any food particles next 3 months. So, sure poverty will affect him, shortage of food. Made bold, B-O-L-D, bold meaning made him strong. Bold. Bold meaning strong. Okay, so at last by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. So how he is now? He is fully covered with water. Snow means after melting it is water. So he is trembling, means shivering with cold. He is going to do something. We will see what it is. So trembling, it's a new word. Trembling meaning shivering. Trembling, shivering. So, he is away to set off to somewhere. Set off means to go. Away he set off to miserly ant. What type of ant it is? Miserly ant. Okay, you know who is a miser? You know, miser is a stingy person. Means a person who doesn't lend anything, doesn't give anything to anyone. Do you know such type of any people? Any friends of you? No, isn't it? It's not good to have be like a miser. You want to share everything, isn't it? That is a good character. So here miser meaning we need to write M-I-S-E-R. Miser meaning what did I tell you? Stingy. Okay. Stingy. Stingy meaning a person who doesn't give anything to anyone. So, all trembling, all shivering, he is going to meet ant. To see if, to keep him alive, he would grant. So, why he is going to meet ant? To know, to ask the ant something. Okay, so he want to have something in the next 3 months. For that, he want to go and ask. Grant meaning ask. To make him alive, to keep himself alive. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He want a room to be accommodated next 3 months. He cannot stay outside. Why? Because winter season, isn't it? So he cannot be outside. And a mouthful of grain. Some food particles he need for next 3 months. He wished only to borrow. He need only to take it as a borrowing. That is, he will give it back. He would repay tomorrow. He will certainly give it back. He is telling that he will give it back. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. If not, he know very well that he will be dying of starvation. What do you mean by starvation? Starvation? Hunger. Okay, so he will be dying of starvation and sadness. So he is going to ask to miser ant. Okay, so what do you think? Whether the ant will provide anything? Let's see. Okay, so I hope you all understood these two stanzas. So in the first stanza it was telling that cricket was simply wasting his time by singing and singing during which month? Summer and spring season. And after that, when winter approached, what happened? He was thinking about the future. What will happen to him? So thinking about it, he decided to go and meet whom? Miserly ant. And what all things he want to ask? He want to ask shelter from rain and he wants some food particles. Not all of a sudden he will be asking, he will be taking it as a rent. That is, he will give it back. And he must, if not, what will happen? He will be dying of starvation. Hope you all got this two stanzas. Next one, in the next page, if you are turning next page, page number 22, you can see a picture where the cricket is asking something to ant. Okay, so let's see what reply this ant is going to give to this cricket. Okay, says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. So, cricket went directly to ant and asked that, will you give me some footprints? Can I stay along with you all 3 months? Like that he requested to ant. But what happened, you know, ant given a cut and dry reply, that is, we ants, let it be, we are friends, we are all living together, but we are not ready to give you anything. That is, we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. That is, lend opposite is borrow. Okay, so from that you would understand, we are not giving anything to anyone, we are not taking anything from anyone. Understood? So, no give and take policy between us, don't expect anything from us. And in the next 2 lines, the ant asked a relevant question. Let's see. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? So, the ant was asking crucial question. What were you doing all these months when we were hardworking? What were you doing? You can see a phrase there, lay nothing by, means to save for future. What were you doing when we were hardworking? Quoth the cricket, not I. Quoth meaning said. It's a old usage. So, what did the cricket reply? Cricket replied that, not I. That I was not aware that this much things will happen and I was not bothered about that. That was the reply given by cricket. And he continued, what did the cricket reply? My heart was so light that I sang day and night. For all nature lived gay. You sang, sir, you say. So, the cricket was giving the reply that my heart was so light, I was so carefree about the future and all. I was not thinking about the future and all. I was just living for today. But that I sang day and night. Day and night I sang and sit under the tree and I wasted the time. I understood. For all nature looked grey. For me the nature was so beautiful and bright. So I can't withstand myself. I started singing and all these 3 months over. You sang, sir? You say? So, and here in an ironical way, the ant is asking. Okay, ironic means in a mocking way. Okay. So, you sang, isn't it? You sang all through these months. Okay. Then go on. Then you continue singing. Says the ant. And dance the winter away. In the winter 3 months also, you just go on singing and just waste your time. We don't have anything to give you and don't expect from here. Okay, so that was the reply given by ant. So, look at the condition, poor cricket, isn't it? So poor, it is not getting any help from ant. And in the last stanza, what happens? Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket. So, who here he is? Cricket. Hastily means quickly. Hastily means quickly. He quickly pulled his wicket. Wicket means it's not a stump, okay, in the cricket game. It is the wings of a cricket. Understood? Wicket is the wings of the cricket. Wicket. So, he was so insulted by ant. So, understanding that, he came out of the ant's room and he quickly taken off his wicket and he was ready to fly. Okay. So, he fly away from that place. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. And he turned out of the door means he came outside from ant's house and he went away. Next 2 lines, it's a very important thing for you. Okay. Folks call this a fable. I will warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So, here the poet is telling fox, that is another word, important word, fox, F-O-L-K-S. What do you mean by fox? Fox meaning, F-O-L-K-S, fox meaning people. People may call it as a story, just to hear a story and just leave it on. But for the poet, it is not like a story to be just throw away. It is a moral to us. Okay, he is telling that I will make sure that it's a true fact. What is a true fact? Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Meaning that here the cricket I told you it's having 4 legs. And I told you there is a connection between 4 legs and 2 legs, isn't it? So that line we are coming. We are coming to that line. 4-legged cricket, he is having a connection with the 2 legs. Who is having 2 legs? Yes, us, human beings, isn't it? So here the poet is comparing 4-legged cricket to 2-legged cricket. Means 2-legged human beings. So let me ask you one question. Are we like ant or are we like cricket? To whom we have to be? Which character we should take? Means we have to hard work. So we have to take the character of ant. But at the same time, we should not be like miserly character also. Okay. But ant's good character we can take. That is, we have to do the things on proper time. If we are doing the things on proper time, you will not be have to be like cricket's condition. Okay. So all the summer and spring season, what cricket was doing? He was simply singing and wasting time, and he didn't notice what other friends were doing, isn't it? So in our case also it is like that. No, when the teachers are telling you to study the things on time, that daily basis if you are studying, it will not be a burden for you. Some may be doing like that, 50% may be doing, but other 50% is like cricket, isn't it? It's like cricket. That is, you will be waiting for the exams to come, and on the previous day of the exam, you will be reading, and all of a sudden you will be getting panic and you will not be able to write the exam properly. Is that right? Is that right or wrong? Right, isn't it? So how you should be? You should be like the ant. You should foresee the future. What all things? Don't wait for that thing to come. Okay, you should do your duties on time. Let it come and we can finish it on time. If not, you will be becoming panic and you will be like in the life of cricket. Understood? So I hope you got the moral of this story. What is that? You have to do the things on proper time, and one more moral is there, that is time and tide waits for no man. Okay, so time will not wait for anyone, so do your things properly. Okay, so as this ending, I am telling you one thing, do the things on time. So I finished this poem now. So what you want to do? You want to read the poem 3 times and you want to underline the difficult words you come across. There will be sure all the words I have written here for your understanding I have written, but don't worry, in the notes I will give you the meanings and all, but you have to do something your own way. So for that, you underline the words and write the meanings here. Okay, write the meanings in the textbook with the help of the pencil and write its meanings here. Okay. Also one more assignment I am giving you, that is, when you read this poem, you would have noticed the rhyming words, isn't it? Are you familiar with the rhyming words? Yes, okay. So rhyming words means sounds as lines ending with same sounds. Okay. So in the first stanza, I will tell you which are the rhyming words. Other things you want to find it out. Okay. You want to find it out and you want to write it in the textbook. So first stanza rhyming words are sing, spring, home, come, found, ground, see, tree, me. Have you seen that? So sing, spring, it is sounding same. Home, come, sounding same. Found, ground, sounding same. See, tree, me. Have you seen that? So likewise, you want to make it into rhyming scheme. How will you make it into rhyming scheme? If, for example, if I am giving sing and spring, A. Okay. For example, sing, spring. Sing and spring, if I am giving A. Okay. Home, come. B. Okay. Home, come, B. Found, ground. C. Let me rub it off here. Okay. Found, ground, C, and C, tree, see, tree, me, D. Okay, if I am giving the rhyming scheme like this, how the rhyming scheme will come, you know? Sing spring, A. Home come, B. Okay, found ground, C. Okay, sing spring, A. Home come, B. Found ground, C. See tree, me, D. So this will be the same pattern you will be getting for the next stanza also. Just try it out. Okay, you will be getting the same rhyming scheme. So hope you all understood the poem and you want to do the assignment what I told you. At the same time, 3 assignments I am going to give. One is read the poem 3 times, get signature. Find out the rhyming words from the next stanza. Next is develop a story out from this poem. Very simple now, because it's like a story. You want to just develop it to a story. Will you do? Okay, good children, you will do. So these 3 assignments you want to, story you can take 1 week time. You can develop it a story. After 1 week you want to submit. But other 2, reading and finding out the this thing, you want to do it today itself. Understood? Clear? So hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much.